Okay. I think I'm live, so let's go. Back to the European, what's it called? European Language Group Battle Royale. This is so we have Germanic in red, Romance in blue, and then other in, like, this yellow. In the last episode, or last video, I guess, if you want to call it, we had Slavic, and parts of other, mainly, like, in Finland. Hold up. No, we had other and... No, we just had Slavic get out in the other video, but we had parts of other be carved up, I think. I don't really remember. But whatever we have, Romance in blue, Germanic in reds, other in green. The other does include all of this territory and this area over here, part of Kazakhstan and the Caucasus, and even part of Iran, mostly Iran, Azerbaijan. So what happened in the last video? Moscow became an international zone because none of the sides could agree on how to split the city up, and now we have mainly just three sides. Yeah. So let's get started. We would like to start with tensions rising between. So hold on. The Red Sea controls the entire Baltic area. No, that doesn't do anything. So we have a problem within the blue team, and that is that there's a very narrow corridor that connects them to the Ukraine, Moldova, this part of Russia area. So they would like to widen that. So their plan to widen it is to invade one of the two countries. And ally with the other. So they immediately send an alliance note to the Germanic team, which disagrees with them because they believe that it would be unfair as they can't get any of this area. If they win this war, they can only get this rather useless area up here. So I think a peace treaty would be too one-sided. So instead, the red team then goes to the yellow team and says, hey, look, we have secret plans of the blue team wanting to invade you. Let's invade them together before they could do that. And the yellow team happily agrees. So, yep, there you go. The blue team just messed up big time. Immediately we have red team forces. Actually, no, they can't take that corridor yet because it's very heavily guarded. I think that makes sense as to why. It's only like 50 miles long, so there's also this corridor which they could cut off, but there's still naval connection there. Immediately we have the red team taking over the city of Moscow as it's kind of surrounded. There's not really much they could do, and they don't want any form of international zone because then the blue team would have part of Moscow, which wouldn't be so great. So we start off with immediately the red team launches an invasion. They hold a defensive along this border, and they launch an offensive into the Balkan area from both sides. Forces push into Albania and start pushing along the coast of... Is this even the correct color? I don't think so. This is the correct color. Yes. Wait, no. What is the correct color? I'm so confused. This isn't it, right? No. You know what? Screw this. I'm going with this color for the... They start pushing along the coast, and even manage to capture the Bosnian capital of Sarajevo, which leads to the country surrendering. An invasion into Serbia then begins. As they fear being surrounded, they kind of just escape and leave. And finally, the forces from the red team launch their invasion into Hungary, meeting up with blue team forces. Many of the Ukrainian forces are unable to escape, and they are trapped in this war, which will kind of just, the red team and, yellow team, I guess, are on really good terms, so they agree to partition it very fairly. The red team basically gets all this, everything west of the Dnieper River, and I'll just give this. So yeah, a border is set up on the Dnieper River, and Moldova, I'll just partition like that. So now the red team, being done with the eastern offensive, starts sending troops out west, and troops start to amass near the Belgian area, the Flanders-Wallonia border, leaving the Balkans completely undefended, and the yellow team is able to push into the Balkans. However, a defensive is set up there because that's a very narrow line. And it's here we see the yellow team bring on a surprise move, and that is North Africa, and they invade Spain. Yep, that's right. They land in Spain, quickly capture the cities of Seville, and establish a good defensive on this peninsula. From here, the blue team has to move a bunch of troops. The blue team moves a bunch of troops. British troops finally arrive, allowing for the red team to start their push into France. They begin pushing into, They begin pushing into the area. The yellow team even pushes into North Italy, as they don't have to cross the Alps. They do. No, they don't. And from Slovenia, they finally break out, leaving the blue team very disorganized. They don't really know what to do. They were kind of just holding this defensive. But a small breakthrough happened in the north, in the south, and then the blue team moved all over, and they couldn't hold back the team. From there, the entire Italian peninsula just kind of falls. Then the yellow team invades these islands in the Mediterranean, and with that, France falls to the red team. I don't feel like going into detail. It also wouldn't do anything. And finally, Spain. A defensive is held in the Pyrenees area, leaving the only country that can take it over, the yellow team. And there we go. Now we have two teams left. We have a Germanic, and we have, We have a Germanic, and we have a other team left. How long have I been filming? Not that long. So let's keep going. So in this, the red team wanted a lot of Italy. However, they obviously didn't get any of Italy, so the yellow team, so there's tensions over that. And the red team decides that what they could do is invade Italy. Just invade Italy. Cut it off first, then invade it. and then they can get Italy that way. So they send an ultimatum saying, give us Italy or we invade. The yellow team laughs and says, okay, fine. And the red team invades. However, they don't expect it, but an invasion comes into Slovenia. And naval stuff is sent up to France, up to Slovenia. And naval dominance is established in this area. This allows for a French naval invasion into Corsica and Sardinia, cutting off Italy from their, cutting it off from this area, and actually cutting off, if they capture Italy, this area is all cut off, so that would be big. The yellow team starts their own little offensive, though. They cross the Dnieper River into Ukraine, capturing the whole country. However, they stop there. They also, actually no, Moscow's heavily defended. From here we have the red team finally launching their major invasion into Italy from all sides, and I'm gonna save the details, but the peninsula falls. With it, all these western territories kind of just agree to surrender, much to the dismay of the rest of the yellow team. And it's here we see the largest battle of this war. So, forces are starting to amass on the border with Romania. Yeah, that's a good one. And the red team hopes to take the country, cutting the two sides off, making trade much harder, and then taking them on one at a time. So the first thing the red team does is actually launch this invasion. They quickly push into Transylvania, roughly capturing the area, until eventually crossing the Carpathians and oh my god, why is it so laggy? And they now threaten Bucharest, and this is where the big battle takes place. So, yep, there we go. Right here, this is my battleground. Let's see, so we have the yellow team controlling this area. Okay, so, by the way, a lot of stuff rides on this battle. We have the red team wanting to take over the city of Bucharest. However, in order to do that, they kind of what's it called? So, the red team launches an invasion and attempts to push into the city that way. That doesn't work, though. The yellow team then pushes back up and starts a little encirclement move. And they actually almost achieve this encirclement. However, one tiny little connection is set up. It is very tiny. With this, the red team launches a counter encirclement, and both spearheads get encircled, leading to the surrender of both, and eventually the complete collapse of their front. Okay, well, there goes Romania. Just like that, the yellow team lost a ton of troops, and they're kind of screwed. So now the red team has kind of free range to do what they want. The yellow team starts their own tiny offensive into Hungary in hopes of cutting the two sides off. However, and they are successful. However, immediately another attempt is here. However, this supplies the Balkans. These forces are then sent to the Balkans, so this actually supplies the Balkans with a lot of troops, which is very good for the Balkans. However, they are no match for the Germanic powers of Europe, and we have all the northern Balkan countries falling, followed by the southern ones. I know, it's really, really interesting. Even Turkey and the not capital, largest city, Istanbul, falls. But they don't look to invade the rest of the area yet, and instead, an invasion into Ukraine begins. They start pushing into Moldova, and once again, a defensive is set up along the Dnipro, and then eventually the red team realizes, wait a minute, we could just invade from the north. So they do, cutting off Kyiv. Eventually the city surrenders, leaving the whole country in shambles. And with this, the other team kind of realizes they're screwed. However, they launch one major counteroffensive in hopes, kind of like Steiner's attack. And they basically invade into the core of Europe, sending everything they got. And they push all the way this far. And they actually capture the Germanic capital of the Rhine region. And with that, the Germanic Empire starts to crumble. However, the army manages to organize, cutting off all this area and establishing a defensive. And with absolutely zero, and I mean zero, troops in this area, we have the entire area being, because the red team literally used everything they had. They couldn't, what's it called? Yeah, the red team the yellow team used literally everything that they had in order to invade these areas. So, they had nothing in the east. And now it's here, we see a peace treaty being established. We have Team Other basically being like, okay, we want our European stuff back. And the red team is like, fine. So Team Other gets, Team Other gets Finland, Estonia, and Hungary, but that's it. They favor this because the capital was actually in Hungary. It was Budapest. No, there wasn't. They just do this because they realize these are important parts of Europe. I don't know. Whatever it is, the red team eventually just takes them over. And just like that, Germanic wins. Okay, bye.